Today's video features not one, but two guest speakers who will be getting the double jump on this minisode of Dare Live Trivia Explained, TakeshiRyota and SokkoHikari. TakeshiRyota is a competitive Momiji player with a lot of online experience, as well as tournament experience with Momiji, particularly in Dare Live 5's life cycle. I was fortunate to meet him in person a few years back at Final Round. Really chill guy. When he's not playing DOA, you'll most likely see him undertaking the most brutal trials and raids in one of the hottest MMORPGs this generation, Final Fantasy XIV, and yes, he is a huge fan of the series overall. SokkoHikari is also a solid Momiji player who you can mainly find on Steam playing Dare Live 6, among other fighting games and shooters. He also happens to be an aspiring digital artist who occasionally does commissions, some less safe for work than others, but don't let his passion as a digital artist fool you. If you sleep on his Momiji, you might get burned. The usual plugs for both guests will be in the description. As for me, I'll be sending this minisode out for narration. So guys, do your thing. That being said, let's run today's minisode. Are you attached to some DOA characters? Ever want to know the little things about them? Well, sit back, relax, and hold your peace, because we're about to step out of the danger zone and into some lighthearted trivia for challenges new and old in this offshoot series, Dare Live Trivia Explained.
Today's minisode focused on a shrine maiden in the Hayabusa ninja clan with an eye of a dragon, Momiji.
Please note that this trivia may not follow the story and lore directly.
Momiji is the first character in the DOA Ninja Gaiden universe not created by Tonobu Itagaki, and is a joint creation of Yosuke Hayashi and Yutaka Saito, with the original design held by Mariko Hirokane, who will go on to be the concept artist for Dead or Alive 5. Making her debut in Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword for Nintendo DS, Momiji is a specially trained dragon shrine maiden of the Hayabusa ninja clan, tasked to protect its ancient relics, including the most sacred treasure, the Eye of the Dragon, which unleashed the dragon sword's true power when it linked to its hilt.
After her older sister Koriha's untimely death from a village slaughter in 2004's Ninja Gaiden, Momiji was motivated to train under Ryu Hayabusa as a skilled ninja as well as a shrine maiden, even going so far as to train with her signature heavily dragon naginata, carved from the tailbone of a dragon. She's also equally as skilled with kunai, shurikens, a katana, and the Heaven Song bow. And like every other Ninja Gaiden character worth their salt, she comes prepared with her own brand of ninpo and a unique double jump ability. No, not that double jump ability. Her feats alongside Ryu Hayabusa in the future Ninja Gaiden sequels onward will make her a role model for the children of the Hayabusa village.
Momiji will eventually see a playable debut in the major console Ninja Gaiden game, and it will be all along DOA alumni Yane and the Fiend Hunter Rachel in Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2. Following the sequel, she will be sidelined as a non-playable character again in the original release of Ninja Gaiden 3, only to be reinstated as a free playable DLC character in Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. She also had a role in Yaiba Ninja Gaiden Z, but we don't talk about that. Needless to say, Momiji as a character was well received by fans, and demand as a playable DOA fighter was inevitable. On May 9, 2013, Team Ninja heard their voice loud and clear, and this was the end result.
Along with a new stage inspired by an iconic scene in Ninja Gaiden 2, Momiji would take hops, skips, and double jumps over the fisticuff competition in a major update of Dead or Alive 5. That's right, Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate. And on September 3rd, 2013, fans were ecstatic. Who would have thought Momiji excelled in unarmed combat, let alone create her own style of Aiki Jiu-Jitsu on her own spare time?
Opposite to Rachel, Momiji was voiced by two Japanese voice actresses and one English voice actress. The former two actresses were Yuko Minaguchi and Shino Kakinuma, while the later actress was Kate Higgins. Yuko Minaguchi was born on June 26, 1966 in Bunkyo, Tokyo, and like most other DOA voice actors, is an affiliate with Oni Productions. While little is known about her early life leading to her career, but what we do know is in 2012, she took a 19-month hiatus from voice acting and opted to study abroad in the United States before returning in the later half of 2013.
Minaguchi's voice acting roles include Videl and Pan from the Dragon Ball series, a guest role as Tifa Lockhart in the 1998 arena fighting game Air Guys, Lena Lee in the OVA sequel to Final Fantasy V, Legend of the Crystals, and a similar glaive-wielding Sailor Guardian, Sailor Saturn from the 1990s Sailor Moon anime series.
Shino Kakinuma was born on October 27, 1965 in Setagaya, Tokyo, and also affiliate with Oni Production. Like Yuko Minaguchi, not much is known about her personal life, but what we do know is, during the former's absence, she stepped in for many of her roles, including Momiji from Yaiba Ninja Gaiden Z, which again, we don't talk about. Kakinuma is married to the fellow voice actor Toshio Furukawa, who many DOA fans will know as the original Jan Lee, and more famous in the anime fandom, Piccolo from the Dragon Ball series.
Shino Kakinuma's resume in voice acting is quite small with minor roles. Aside from temporary fill-ins for Yuko Minaguchi during her hiatus, her most memorable role is Naru Osaka from the Sailor Moon series, or Molly if you still hold a special place for the old English dub.
Momiji's one and only English voice actor so far is Kate Higgins. Born on August 16, 1969 in Charlottesville, Virginia, Higgins is just more than a voice actress. As a graduate of Auburn University, she also earned her degree in music in 1991, taking on an additional music career as a singer and as a musician, partially for jazz. Her voice acting career began as early as 1999, but it was the year until 2005 when her role as Sakura Hirano from the Naruto series really put on the map. Since that time, her resume in voice acting expanded beyond animes as well into cartoons, animated feature films, and of course, video games.
Kate Higgins' many popular roles include Tails from the Sonic the Hedgehog series, Sailor Mercury from the Viz English dub of the Sailor Moon series, Pauline from Super Mario Odyssey, Lady from the Devil May Cry series, and along with Momiji, she plays the role of an iconic DOA character, Tina Armstrong.
Speaking of which, shouldn't we walk it back and talk about Momiji?
Why walk when we can double jump?
Fair enough.
When Momiji was first introduced in the Ninja Gaiden series, we know that her birthday is on September 20th, but her age was a mystery at the time. It wasn't until Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate that her age was revealed, which was 21. This concludes that she was 17 years old during her debut in Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword.
As a testament to Momiji's popularity, she'll make appearances outside of the DOA and Ninja Gaiden universe and a few other games with Koei Tecmo's imprint. The first will be in a PS3 version of Dynasty Warriors Strike Force as a non-playable character, followed by a playable role in Warriors Orochi 3 Hyper. She will also make an appearance in late Monty Ilm's action-packed crossover CGI fan series Dead Fantasy, showing up as early as the end of the 5th episode, only to square off in style against Kingdom Hearts Kairi in the unfinished 6th episode.
Now that we got crossovers out of the way, let's focus on her DOA gameplay trivia. Momiji's double jumps and aerial charge attacks are inspired by her gameplay in Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, faithfully integrated into the fighting games. She even has an Izuna drop of her own, as expected of the Hayabusa Ninja clan. And in DOA 6, her art of the Crimson Lotus Ninpa from Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, which repurposed as her meter-consuming break blow.
Aren't you forgetting something?
I don't think so. Like what?
When she taunts, she even has an invisible booty.
Wait, she has an invincible booty?
She do. Should a player accidentally taunt in the middle of a match for whatever reason, this easily leaves the opponent with just enough time to stun the opponent from behind. However, some mid strikes will simply not connect with Momiji at all during her taunt, such as Kokoro's 3-3P.
Look! It isn't even dented! Oh shit, what are we gonna do now?
This glitch has existed far as back as DOA 5 Ultimate, and it still exists in DOA 5 Last Round to this very day.
Damn, she do got an invincible booty.
Yep, she do.
One of Momiji's hairstyles in DOA 5 and DOA 6 is a bob haircut, making her resemble her late older sister Kuriha from 2004's Ninja Gaiden. But when combined with certain costumes like this one, her color scheme and hairstyle make her resemble Sailor Saturn, who shares the same Japanese voice actress.
In our last bit of trivia, we gotta talk about the volleyball game. Unlike her fellow Ninja Gaiden alumni Rachel, Momiji was one of the few to make the cut as a part of the default roster of Dead or Alive Extreme 3. And one thing we could take away from this game is the fact that she's not only the first Ninja Gaiden character to make it in the Extreme series, but also that her favorite pastime is reading romance novels.
And that wraps up our trivia for Momiji. If you want to learn more about the sexy shrine maiden, you'll have to wait until Season 5 of Dare Live Lore Explained. A very special thanks to Takeshi and Sokko for hosting this episode, and once again, their plugs will be linked in the description. Now that we covered two extraordinary fighters hailing from an action game, it's time to jump back to the ordinary, by DOA standards anyway. Let's be real, this is Team Ninja we're talking about. And when it comes to creating girls with the right balance of tomboyish, kick-ass, and wholesome all-in-one package, the end result is the stuff of miracles.